Hey guys, this is William with another video for Play-agricola.com's YouTube channel and twitch.tv/play_agricola. I'm playing an EIK WM France Deck G456 game with Sandswall, Mercator, and Bigfoot 729. Let's take a look at this first pack. I think Historian's pretty good. Zoo Director's quite good. Business Tutor's kind of interesting. Historian's really good. Zoo Director's really good. I think I'll take Zoo Director. Yeah. Zoo Director's really good. I guess there's like a Gardener Bargaining Harvester combo here I could do maybe. Let's go Zoo Director. I think Zoo Director is really good. Okay. Well, Village Head in a Constable game seems okay. You know, just get resources, use your actions efficiently, make sure you're going to hit the Constable bonus. Also, the fact that House Steward is in the same pack could make it kind of dicey. I think, though, the pick that I'm going to do is Hedgekeeper. So like, if people are going for House Steward and Constable, it'll be difficult to get enough fencing done. So if I can play Hedgekeeper relatively early, get some animals going for my Zoo Director, I think that's the direction I want to go in. Yeah, with those two picks, should be able to get a pretty reasonable animal game going. Hedgekeeper actually works with Midnight Fencer, which would be kind of hilarious. But I think here I'm looking at Eremite or Wealthiest European. Pastor is kind of interesting. If I think Visionary will come back, I kind of like taking Pastor here. Because Hedgekeeper, play that. I build my fences to hold the 2 boar really easily. Eremite, I think, is pretty good. Wealthiest European, like Zoo Director and Hedgekeeper, don't have to get played until pretty late. And then if the Village Head comes back, Village Head, Wealthiest European, and then these 2 cards, and then I can throw away a bunch of miners. Similarly, Eremite, I can throw away a bunch of miners and collect the Eremite bonus all game. I do like Pastor, but I think the range that I play Eremite in is a lot wider. Zoo Director, that's right, though, Academy. That's right. Yeah, I like Pastor Eremite. Let's take Eremite here. think Eremite is maybe even better than Pastor. Even if I was gonna play both, Eremite just might be better than Pastor. Because like 5 food and 2 wood, hard to beat that. Hard to beat that in an early game. The Pastor wood is a little less valuable with Hedgekeeper in hand. The thing I really like about Pastor is the reed. The reed is usually really nice. The reed and the stone. So yeah, I think at this point we're really hoping that Visionary comes back. Hey, thanks, Rylocren. So I mentioned this yesterday, but I should put it towards the beginning of the video. Sorry about the Boîte à Jeux game I uploaded. I uploaded a Boîte à Jeux game on Thursday, thinking, oh, I won't be able to stream for a couple days, so I got to put out something. And I had pre-recorded that on my laptop, and I think I must have had the microphone muted the whole time. So sorry about that. I'll figure that out for next time. This pick. Well, Pig Breeder, Tarzan, Swineherd. It's pretty clearly one of those 3. Master Fencer does work with Hedgekeeper. Like you pay 2 wood to build 3, and then you build another 3. Oven Inspector, Musketeer. Yeah, I do like this idea of Master Fencer, Hedgekeeper, but I think these guys are all better. There was that renovation card that lets you play 2 occupations when you renovate. Like I could play Hedgekeeper, Master Fencer together, but there's also House Steward, so I don't really know if I want to go for House Steward. And I also think if that card and Visionary comes back, I'll take Visionary ahead of that other card. This pick could be Pig Breeder, could be Tarzan. Like Pig Breeder is like a 2 boar action. Tarzan can get me 2 cattle. That seems okay. So yeah, pretty clear that I want to build a cooking hearth to kill the boar that I'm gonna be breeding, and then later in the game to hold to eat them for Tarzan, that kind of thing. So looking like a pretty good start. Draft's taking a little bit. I think people are being careful with their picks. So cards that I've passed that I need to remember. I have passed a couple Stonehouse renovation cards, like the Business Tutor and the Master Fencer. I have passed a couple 4-wood occupations, like House Steward and Constable. Well, there's Business Tutor. This is not what I expected to come back here. Bargaining Harvester. I don't really have any kind of setup for Bargaining Harvester. Gardener's fine, but again, I'd much rather, like, I'm much more pushed into a animal pet direction. I think we're going to take Minimalist here. I think with Eremite in hand, I would rather have Village Head for minimalist, but with Eremite, Zoo Director, I can do a lot with just a cooking hearth. And if I don't grow that many times, I think this could be a pretty good minimalist game. So like if Zoo Director is worth 4 points, Minimalist could be worth 6. There's 10 bonus points right there. I could have a pretty reasonable farm otherwise. And Village Head came back. Okay, I think we're taking Village Head here now. So Eremite, Minimalist, Village Head, I have a pretty good reason to throw away almost all of my minor improvements. And then any minor improvement I play would have to be better than 2 points in a resource. And all the Eremite income. So I mean I could play something that's worth a bunch of points in round 14. Like I could play like Pelts maybe and then eat some animals. But we're hoping for passing minors. And yeah, Zoo Director is a card with an extremely high point ceiling. Like if I can do 4 pastures and a couple stables and just a ton of animals, you can do some work here there. Yeah, all of these are pretty bad. I'll take Chimney Sweep since I might play it in the late game. But Clay Worker's okay, but I don't really want to play Clay Worker this game. I want to play Eremite early. Also, Visionary did not come back, so someone probably took Visionary plus Pastor. Got to keep that in mind. There are good cards here. Whistle gets me sheep. For Zoo Director, Muddy Waters is good. Encircling Wall is pretty good. Animal Trap is pretty good. Kudzu is probably pretty good with a Constable game. I think Dinghy will probably come back. So I should play something pretty good. Encircling Wall is actually not a bad option with Hedgekeeper. Because it's kind of it'll save me in round 14. The 2 points are equivalent to the 2 points on the Minimalist, but it's a fence action which triggers my Hedgekeeper, which actually might end up being pretty important. Yeah, like I think Whistle's pretty good, but I don't know that it's worth playing. Like if I play it early, then I'm pretty much committed to not playing Minimalist. And also it screws up my Eremite. I think we could take Encircling Wall here and then hope that Dinghy comes back, which it should. There are a lot of good cards in here. Yeah, Cash Crop is good. Haystack could be pretty good. Large Sun Hat could be good. They all screw up my Eremite. Don't think anything's better than me just taking Milk Can here. And then Stable should come back, so here's another card that I wouldn't mind playing at the end of the game for some points. Clay Path. 3 clay for 3 points is a pretty good conversion. Cookies, Petting Zoo. Petting Zoo is great. Cookies is great. Don't really have a Cookies game here, but Petting Zoo is really good. Clay Path I don't think is worth playing over Minimalist. Probably not. Not if it screws up my Eremite. So we could take Guest here. Or Building Material. You could take Guest. I guess the other thing is I could take Petting Zoo and just plan to throw it away with Village Head. That is an option. Village Head getting me resources is nice. Also, still being able to play minors when I family growth or start player, and then keep the Eremite bonus. That could be good too. Thing about playing Eremite is, yeah, you really don't want to start player too many times, so sometimes the family growth queue can be annoying. But I mean, I know that Visionary is out there, so if someone is going to overplay towards Visionary, then maybe I can grow third without too much difficulty. Uh, oh, this is interesting. Oh man, while Machete works pretty amazingly with, there was that bargaining card. Machete works pretty well with that card. Also with Gardener. So kind of sad that I didn't take one of those cards now. I could take Village School and discard Village Head and discard Minimalist and discard Eremite and discard Chimney Sweep, and that gets me resources. I think I'm gonna hate draft Machete here, just because I've seen some stuff that is just too good. If someone did take that bargaining farmer, whatever, bargaining card, plus Machete, harvest 3 grain, and then trigger, the harvest 3 good thing, which I think is sheep or vegetable or whatever, that could be a pretty good game, so we'll take Machete ourselves, and we're happy throwing it away, so. Draft's going a little slow. Usually I'm one of the slower drafters because I'm talking through stuff. Alright, guys, let's go. Let's go. I guess it has been kind of a tough draft. I wonder where Visionary ended up. I'll be interested to see. So the hope is, yeah, I might not. I mean, I don't have to play Minimalist. I can toss Minimalist with Village Head, but I mean, Eremite Village Head, Zoo Director, Hedgekeeper all getting played. Probably Tarzan, because it gets me a food each harvest, or an animal each harvest, which will be good for my Zoo Director. And then Minimalist is kind of situational. And then Chimney Sweep is not great. It's a very high candidate for Village Head throwing away. There was a passing miner in here that I thought was going to come back, and somebody took it. That's surprising. Yeah, so Gardner, like, imagine Costermongers plus Gardner and Machete. Like, there's some really ridiculous stuff here. Muddy Waters, Costermongers. Brickyard's not great, but Muddy Waters is really good. Kudzu in a game with Constable might actually be playable, especially if I'm not going to get a lot of plow actions. Yeah, you know what? Yeah, Kudzu. I guess if Constable is going to come out, Kudzu is a card that will save my Constable, which is probably worth more than anything else here. And if I don't want to play Kudzu, then I can just throw it away. So, and I'll take Stable, sure. And Building Material, sure. I guess if someone in front of me was taking Passing Miners and passes me a couple, I'll be pretty happy with my Village Head. Definitely want to get cards passed to me. So yeah, I can play these cards and I can throw them away. Both are okay options. I did pass Village School, so if Sandswall picked up Village School, me passing him a bunch of Passing Miners could be kind of scary. We will have to see. Hopefully I get to play Airbyte in round 1. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, hopefully I get to play Ermite in round 1. And then beyond that, we'll have to kind of see what comes. I guess Building Material is no better than tossing it for Village Head, eh? So the only reason that I would take Building Material is if I thought I wasn't going to play Village Head. So I should have taken maybe something else. Should have taken the Vegetable Patch or whatever. But yeah, this is an interesting game. We passed Constable and House Steward in the same pack, which is pretty interesting because those cards are kind of a little antithetical to each other. It's difficult to win House Steward and still hit the Constable bonus. We know Constable got taken. We don't know if House Steward got taken because we saw House Steward come back. What else did we pass? We passed Visionary, so Visionary's out there. We start second, so that's pretty good. That's great. Best place to sit in. So best case scenario, Bigfoot, Reedstone Food. We play Aramite. Card quality seems low. The minor card quality is low, but that's because I skewed that way because of my Minimalist pickup. I could have taken something better than Minimalist, that's for sure. Oh, we've got Bigfoot just starting right out of the gate with Constable. Let's hope that I can play Aramite free next round. Picking up Reedstone Food is good. Also, I think the fact that Constable was in the game and in the draft, and I think everybody saw it, that gave a pretty clear indication that people should be maybe a bit more conservative with their game plans. Mercator's playing Apple Picker, so if 2 Clay comes back, that's pretty good. We're happy if 2 Clay comes, because we'd be happy to build the first fireplace. So hopefully we get to play Eremite for free next round. That's the hope. Sandswall start player Oak Cask. Took Oak Cask ahead of playing Expensive Occupation, or took 3 wood ahead of playing Expensive Occupation. Might indicate that he wants to read, might indicate that he wants Reedstone Food quite badly. We'll have to see. But Apple Picker into Grain is a pretty good open. If you're especially sitting 4th, like it's hard to imagine a better start for Mercator than Apple Picker into taking Grain and then Sandswall putting you in 2nd, so you can take 2 read if you want. And he's gonna play Rice Farmer. So whenever he takes a Grain now, he also gets a go away. He also gets a read now. So first action take wood, second action take Grain. Seems okay. And we will play our Eremite here. Getting to play it free next round is the same amount of food, so may as well play it now, because we don't know if we're going to get to play it free next round. So I expect Mercator will take Grain. Sandswall might take read here. So that means I'll probably have 2 wood come back to me. Two wood or start player. I could start player building material or something like that. Start player building material into Reedstone Food. It'd be okay. It's not great, but it'd be okay. We do want to kind of go for the that first fireplace, especially with sheep coming round 2. Sheep come round 2. I've got Hedgekeeper in hand. I've got Tarzan in hand. Yeah, I definitely would like that first sheep grab. And Bigfoot fences 9. So pretty clear to me that Bigfoot has Visionary. Also pretty clear that he's going to go for that early sheep grab. So I need to give up on getting the sheep myself. So we'll go ahead and play... you know what? I don't even like playing start player here. Going 4th is kind of gross, but I don't know. I guess 2 would. You know what? Let's increase our action quality next round. Even though this move I think is pretty bad, we can increase our card quality. And 4 wood or Reedstone Food. We'll take Reedstone Food. And then 3 wood should come back. And then we're set up to build a room in round 5 after getting the wood from Eremite in round 4. So I'm thinking maybe this is a good game to build the well in, just because of getting Reedstone Food twice pretty early. So I could always toss Minimalist for Village Head, and that would be fine. Keep the Eremite going as long as I can, but play Encircling Wall at the end of the game, play Kudzu at the end of the game, you know, toss Machete, toss Stable, toss Chimney Sweep, toss Minimalist. Yeah. Sandswall first action plows a field. Evening prayer? What minors did I pass that have a field prerequisite? Did he like first pick Hobby Farmer with Gardner in the pack as well? Could see something like that. Mercator plays Scrounger, yet another 4 wood card. So Village Head is pretty nice with Scrounger, since it can help us get exactly the resources we need. So definitely feeling like Village Head is getting played. There's a chance 4 wood comes back, and if 4 wood comes back, we get the first room with very little work. So that seems good. Nope, no 4 wood. That's fine. Then we'll take 3 wood. So Mercator can build the first room, which is fine. I mean, if Mercator builds the first room, then I have a pretty good chance of getting the second room, or second growth, because we're expecting Bigfoot to play Visionary. Oh, Large Sun Hat, that's why. Okay. So he start players and gets his action back. He did have to first action plow, which has its problems, but seems fine. I can still build the 2 clay fireplace. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be difficult for me to hit 10 food, but yeah, even if I take 4 food fishing and beg 1, I still can't 4 food and Tarzan. That's too much. I would need the sheep grab. Yeah, which is too much work. I think it's fine. I can still get the 2 clay fireplace and start working on Tarzan later in the game. We've got 6 clay available, which is great. We've got 4 food traveling players, which is good. 3 wood would be fine. 2 reed would be fine. I could do 2 reed and build Basket Maker's Workshop instead of building the well. That would be fine. Mercator goes for the traveling players. So Sanswall has access to the first room now. Interesting. Bigfoot plays Visionary. No surprise there. Could play an Occupation. Could play Village Head here. I think we'll just grab 6 clay though. 6 clay is pretty good. 6 clay and go for the pottery. Yeah, the thing is the pottery can get me more points than Minimalist can. Like the pottery can be a 5-point card, whereas Minimalist is likely to only be worth 4 points because I'm probably building 2 improvements. I should maybe have built the fireplace earlier to force Bigfoot to take animals earlier. I don't know. I'm pretty happy. I'd play Occupation. I'd start player. I'd major minor. I don't really care what comes back. If Bigfoot's going to go for the sheep, I'd be pretty happy to start player, grab 6 wood. Mercator's going to start player, play Reed Pond. So looking to build 2 rooms at once. So Bigfoot went for the clay, so I could Occupation, play Village Head. I could major minor, play the 2 clay fireplace. Thing is, as soon as I play the fireplace, Bigfoot takes the sheep. So I've not really accomplished much by doing that. The only thing I'd accomplish is if I got to take 2 sheep in round 7 and then play Tarzan, for example. So, am I okay with passing Mercator 6 wood? It's not great. No, it's really not great for me to do this. Pass Mercator 6 wood here. I think it'll be okay. So here's my village head. Get a wood and a food from my eremite. Family growth does not come in round 5. Yeah, so I did pass Mercator a big double build action. So I wonder if he has House Steward as well. If he does, he'll have a pretty good game. And then, yeah, Bigfoot builds the cooking hearth. Yep. Makes total sense. I'll grab 4 wood here, I think. 4 wood is a pretty good action. 3 reed is not bad, but 4 wood is really good. I could think about Reno build the well and then build clay rooms instead of wood rooms. And then I wouldn't really need Hedgekeeper as much. You know what? I should double build. With Village Head, I should be planning to double build. Mercator's going to build a room. Okay, so Sadswall has to start player if he wants to grow ahead of Mercator. So I'll take 3 reed if it comes back, for sure. 3 reed, and then I can always toss a card, get a wood for Village Head to double build. Looks pretty good. Alternatively, I could always Reno, Basket Maker's Workshop, get a reed and build a clay room. I have some flexibility here. Sandswall is playing start player building material using that card that I just passed him. If I'm gonna feed with a guild, I should build the guild before this next harvest, so that I get enough out of the guild to feed in round 9 as well. So like if I build the pottery, it can only give me 2 food max in round 9, but if I build it before this harvest and convert twice, then I can get more value out of it. So Sandswall does have family growth come here, cherry orchard. Mercator's going to start player play cookies. Three wood into major minor, 4 clay into pottery. I like 4 clay into pottery. But I could go for the well as well. The thing is, the well gives me 3 food before the next harvest. That seems pretty good. If I could build the well and the pottery, that would be pretty nice. Let's toss Chimney Sweep here and grab a stone. So So second action, pottery or well. Yeah, I could still renovate and build 2 clay rooms. So if I build the well, then I could play something. Reno go for the joinery, Reno go for the basket maker's workshop, and then build a couple clay rooms. I think going for the well seems pretty good. Yeah, minimalist can get tossed. I wouldn't mind playing my encircling wall. Yeah. And you know what? With encircling wall, I don't need as much wood, and with hedgekeeper, I don't need as much wood. So, I think we'll go pottery ahead of the well. And then I'm passing the well to Sandswall, which I don't love. But I can still threaten it by continuing to discard and grab stone for village head, which seems fine. Oh, Bigfoot's got haystack here. Very nice. So actually I can't play a major improvement anymore. So if I don't build a room here, Mercator can first action build next round to secure his growth in round 8. So if I want to grow, I need to play towards it here. And realistically, all this is doing is giving Bigfoot 6 wood next round, which is kind of annoying, but not much we can do about that. Whoops, not clay. Not stone, R. Yeah, the resource grabs I've gotten are just too good to keep passing on this stuff. Yeah, Mercator got Muddy Waters. Did he get Muddy Waters with his 7th pick? That's kind of gross. He may have. You know what? I screwed up. I should only build 1 room there. If I only build 1 room, then I don't have to start player here and pass on. I could just block the build room space. But what I will do is I'll grab 4 wood here, and then I can stable block if I need to. Like if Mercator comes back and builds a room. Yeah, take 4 wood here, I think. You know what? Sandswall, he's got 3 actions. He does need food, though. Although he can open his oak cask for food. I think taking the wood here is okay. Taking the wood means I don't build the pottery this round, which might be a problem. Oh, I should toss a card to get a wood so that I could build a wood room. Let's toss stable. Alright, Sanswell builds the well. Well's in chat, guys. But it doesn't help him feed this harvest, which is interesting to me. Mercator went for plow a field with his second action. Alright. So we said we toss the stable to get an extra wood. Yeah, I like this village head play. It lets me threaten that I can build a room, so then people can't jump me. So I don't need to take 3 wood here. I could take 3 wood, and then I'm blocking Mercator from getting 6 wood. But Sanswell, he would have to beg to jump me. No, he can't jump me. He needs 3 wood, and yeah, he needs too many moves. So I'm going to reno build the pottery. I think that makes sense here. Because then I can pay a clay and 2 food to feed 4. And I won't toss anything quite yet. You know what? I could toss get a reed. Tossing getting a reed seems good. Toss machete. Yeah, because now I can threaten the build room space again, which is what so it seems like with Village Head, what I really want to be doing is making sure that I'm always threatening the build a room space. That if someone doesn't, first action do whatever, that I can build a room. And if they're gonna try to stable block me or whatever, hey, I'm just gonna build a room. Also means it's pretty unlikely that someone will play House Steward at this point. I mean, Sanswell's playing Wealthiest European here. Yeah. I do still want to set up my Tarzan. The thing is, the later it goes, the more difficult it becomes. For sure. Sanswell's grabbing 6 stone from his Wealthiest European. That's not what I would have expected. No clay, no reed, no wood. Just stone. Did he first pick Village Elder or something? Why that much stone? Does he have stone house extension? So Mercator goes for the 6 wood, obviously. So Bigfoot, if he builds a room, I can start player and double grow, which I think I'll do. Start player, play the guest and double grow, and then maybe I can play Milk Can on family growth in round 9. Although it's not like I have an action to get an animal in between. Yeah, because Bigfoot's not allowed to grow, so I don't have to family growth here. So I could start player to secure my second growth. Yeah, okay. Should make some custom rewards for food. Oh, like change what the benefits you can get are. Yeah, I thought about that. I wasn't really sure what I should offer Mariska. So if you have any ideas, I'd be interested to hear. 10K watcher can decide. Or rather, watcher can decide the order I have to play my occupations in. And then I play no occupations. So we'll play guest here. Getting an extra action next round seems okay. Should I go for the Basket Maker's Workshop here? I could toss for Reed. If I'm gonna do that, I can do that next round, I guess. I don't have to do it here. So I have 4 food on my farm. After family growthing, I have 2 actions to pick up another 3. So I like the idea of Reedstone Food and then Basket Maker's Workshop. Watcher can decide on guess. Yeah, Dex, that's a good idea. Mr. Tears with the well. Glad you guys are enjoying food. The food. Oh, here's guess. It's pretty simple. 2 food, it gets me an action in the following round. The important thing is it's passing, so it keeps my Eremite alive. Plus sunglasses. Oh yeah. You know what? I have the chat with the black background, which I couldn't see the sunglasses, but that's fun. Like that the cat sunglass thing. Historian here for Sanswall, great card. Fantastic with Wealthiest European because it catches you up on the, on the delay for your occupations for your Wealthiest European. Interesting that he didn't put stone on, but he just took 6 stone. Interesting. Well, family growth, nothing here, I think. We want to keep our Eremite going, so. Okay, so he doesn't need to. He can play if Historian plays 3 occupations and Business Tutor plays 2. That's why he doesn't need stone. Oh man, he definitely took Master Fencer then. Nice. So Sanswall's gonna go up to a stone house. Very nice here for Sanswall. Nicely crafted game. Can still build a clay room potentially with 8 clay in his supply. And Business Tutor is just going to let him push out a ton of cards. Very nice. Does need to do something to secure his feeding, but like Basket Maker's Workshop's a good option for him. I could go for the joinery. I have the wood for it. I have Hedgekeeper. Yeah, maybe I should go for the joinery. Although the joinery is not enough food on its own. I would need the joinery plus, a Reedstone food action or something else. I could go for the 4 sheep or the 2 boar, both of which would be pretty excellent actions. And Bigfoot's the only person who can hold animals right now. And the 4 clay cooking hearth is not available. Well, okay, Bigfoot's giving me access to one of the animal grabs, which is great. So we will definitely go for them. Let's play the cooking hearth here. We'll toss something to get a clay, I think, because we need to toss to keep clay on our board. Toss milk can, maybe. Sensual Reno plus 3 improvements. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty good. Basket Maker's Workshop, Stone Oven, Clay Oven. Oh, Fireplace, okay. And then he could do a Cooking Hearth upgrade. Oh, he's got Animal Trap. Oh, Sensual's having a nice game. Yes, very nice. Very nice. So I could take 4 sheep and then play Tarzan. I think I have enough food at that point, right? Because 4 sheep is 8 food. 2 clay is... No, I would not quite have enough. I'm still short of Tarzan. Darn. Yeah, because I need to hit 13 food. 14 with playing Tarzan. And I can only get to 12. I'm only at 12 right now. I think this is a pretty easy move. Although no one else can go for it. Maybe I don't need to. I don't know. I mean 4 wood or 3 wood will come back. Bigfoot plays Stone Giant. This card is very interesting. It takes a lot of work and can be definitely messed with. So if we think Bigfoot's leading, then it's a bit easy to mess with him, but it definitely takes work. And usually in this game, it's only worth it to mess with someone if you are like quite sure that they are your biggest opponent. HIKLJ says hopefully Mercator builds to pressure Bigfoot growing. Thing is, Bigfoot could second action Stone Giant next round, if assuming there's 2 stone there. Bigfoot is looking like he's going to get 6 wood right now. So I should take 4 wood. You know what? I can leave 4 wood and get 6 wood next round. Yeah, that's right. So I could do something different, like, I don't know, play an occupation, take vegetable. Playing an occupation seems smart. So I could play Hedgekeeper here. Feed 5 food and a clay. Plus wood F era. Master Fencer, no surprise there. Yeah, very nicely crafted by Sensual. So yeah, I think I'll go for the joinery. I have so much wood with my Hedgekeeper. Encircling Wall can get played and it cannot get played. I'm still not sure about it. If I was going to play it, I don't really want to play it earlier than round 14 because it screws up my Eremite. So maybe it just gets tossed. Maybe joinery is better use for my stone. But yeah, I'll definitely fence with my second action. Bigfoot's gonna family growth. I want to pick up clay at some point, so probably this 4 clay is fine. Mercator needs clay, Bigfoot needs clay, although Bigfoot's out of actions. So yeah, probably one of my late actions can be grabbing the clay. Bigfoot's got Animal Yard, So he probably picked Animal Yard pretty early after drafting Visionary, which makes sense. So we'll fence 4 and get 3 free with Hedgekeeper. So we're well situated to grab 2 cattle next round. So we'll take 4 clay and then plow, I think. Can still build the joinery. And if I don't get the joinery, I can still go for stables. And I've got Kudzu to help me fill up my farm. Like Kudzu will be a pretty good round 13 start player card because it'll occupy 2 spaces, guaranteeing myself the constable bonus. Because people will maybe be looking at me and saying, how's William going to fill his farm? We'll grab the clay here. And then last action, probably take a vegetable. Or take grain. Senswall's going to start player guest. Okay. What fencing configuration? Well, with Hedgekeeper, usually you can fence 1, get 3, and then fence 1, get 3. Oh, he didn't start player. He played it on Stone Reno. Okay, that makes sense. It says no business tutor occupations. That's surprising. Does he have to pay for them? 1 food to play 2 occupations. Okay, so he's deciding not to play 2 of his ox. Or 3 of his ox, I guess. No, 2 of his ox. Yeah, because he plays 1 more with business tutor. Or with historian. So I could start player here to guarantee myself the 2 cattle, but even if Bigfoot goes for the 2 cattle, I can get the boar, which is pretty fine compensation, and then I bet the sheep might come back to me. Sensewall might take the sheep, 2 sheep. Hard to say. But vegetable here seems fine, either way. So yeah, so thinking I'll do 4 and then 4. The alternative would be covering a big pasture to make the constable bonus easier, but I think with Kudzu in hand, I don't need to do that. Plus F Eremite. Ooh, 2 cattle come to me. Nice. Oh, Master Stableman. Oh, this was his first pick. That was his first pick. That's going to work out really nicely for him. So we'll grab 2 cattle here. Am I building another clay room? The only reason I would build a clay room is if I thought Mercator had House Steward. So I could do it. I probably have enough actions. But pulling off the clay room and hitting Constable will be, and getting a reasonable Zoo Director will be difficult. Probably I'd be picking between a couple points on Zoo Director and the House Steward bonus. And a couple points on my pottery, because it would eat a lot of clay, of course. So I'll have to see. Like, if he plays House Steward, then it's probably worth building the 5th room. But it depends on what he's going to do. We did just see Bigfoot grab a bunch of reed there with his first move. So I kind of wonder what that means. If it means he's thinking about building some more rooms himself. Here's the bargaining harvester. So this was, I basically hate drafted Machete just to block that card. Because, yeah. So he's going to get a boar in this harvest. Looks good. 2 sheep, easy grab. And then we want a fence, and then take a grain, something like that. Because we can eat a sheep here, sheep and a clay, and 4 food, so our feeding is set. So yeah, we're hoping fencing comes back. It might not. We might see Bigfoot fence here. Also, nobody going for start player here because everybody's got to develop their engines and get enough food after having built up their engines, I guess. Bigfoot building a 4th room. Okay. So we get fence, so we're pretty happy about that. Fence 4 for 1. The other reason I like doing this is it pressures the fence action. So Master Fencer doesn't really care, but Mercator and Bigfoot, they definitely want to get their reasonable fences out. Yeah, I have some good flexibility at the end of the game here. So I'm pretty happy about that. I could eat 3 sheep and play Tarzan. Does that work? No, still not enough food. Never enough food for Tarzan. Mercator, family growth, play building material. Sure. Yeah, so it's not really anything I care to do here. The only thing I could maybe do is play the joinery. So toss Tarzan, play the joinery so that I can convert wood to food if I think I'm going to need it. Alternatively, building stables is very appealing for me because of my zoo director. Yeah, I think I like building stables better in this game. I could start player here, but I get second action. Well, Sanswell probably will start player, I guess. So I guess I just take a grain here. I need a grain at some point anyways. Yeah. For food, HC, feed 8. What F era? Getting down plow seems important. Yeah, I need to start first action taking plow, for sure. For sure. Bigfoot might even family growth here ahead of plow sow. So if he passes me plow sow, I'd be pretty happy about that. Kudzu next round in 2 plows. Well, I think I'm gonna plow with this action either way. I think that's a plow that I'm gonna do no matter what. I mean, I might have to first action plow to get to. I might have to first action plow just to get 2 plows in. So, I think though, if I'm only gonna do 2 plows, I probably will have time to hit the 5th room. Muska. I think that'll probably work out. So that means I could play Kudzu in round 13, and if I play Kudzu round 13 and build a room and plow once more, that's how I hit covering all my spaces for Constable. Because I can still toss Encircling Wall and Tarzan, so that's getting me a couple reed or a couple stone, depending on what I need. Probably want to play Zoo Director. I want a stable action. So if I want a stable action, then doing another room seems kind of appealing from that sense. Mercator definitely needs clay. He's picking up a clay in round 14 for his Muddy Waters. Is he going to do 2 clay actions here? He might. we might see him do 2 clay actions here. And you know what? Bigfoot needs clay. So if I want to build a clay room, I should take 4 clay with this action. Oh, you know what? I'm forgetting about that 4 planted field card that gives you a free clay reno. What's that card? Hill Farm? Not Hill Farmer. Something else. But you guys know what card I'm talking about, right? The 4 planted fields, flat hill. That's it. Thank you. I knew it had something to do with hill. So yes, Bigfoot grabs the clay. So I could go for another clay room here. And if I want to, I should take 3 clay myself. I think I like Family Growth Kudzu round 13. I think I like the idea of doing that. You know what? I'm not gonna take the clay here. I kind of want to see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna hedge keeper fence here, so that I have room to take 2 boar next round. FG is contested. This is true. Which it doesn't seem like these guys realize that. It's possible that Family Growth is not contested if Mercator Family Growth and then Bigfoot Family Growth. Fence outside instead of Kudzu. You mean with encircling wall? Or you mean fence... Oh, stable outside. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's a good point. Yep, that's a good point. With, Aramite, if I'm gonna not have any played miners, the joinery goes up in value a little bit for me. And I'm probably gonna need to eat a couple animals at some point, right? Realistically. Like, that's gonna be a thing that I need to do. Bigfoot's got popcorn, so there's the reason for him grabbing all that reed. So, like, I can 3 clay and then build a room here. So yeah, 3 clay and then toss Tarzan to build a room. I think I like that idea. I still think we might see House Steward get played. Mercator may have taken the House Steward, so. Oh, Scrounger. I totally forgot about Scrounger. Ooh. Well, Scrounger means that renovating to stone is less valuable. That's the big thing that means. Yeah, I think I can build 4 stables. I can pick up Aramite once more for the Scrounger wood. Yeah. I can eat a cattle and a sheep and a clay. Or not eat a clay. Not eating a clay also seems good. How did Sanswell play fruitcake? Oh, major minor. Okay, that's fine. Let's toss encircling wall. I think I need point ceiling, and I think Kudzu helps me get it. But maybe I do 1 outside so that Kudzu can get played in the last round. So four stables. Yeah, because if I play Kudzu in round 13, then I don't get the Aramite wood. But if I play Kudzu in round 14, I do get the Aramite wood. Yes, I think I like that idea. Also 4 stables. And then plus F era. I think kudzu for the last plow can still be okay. For the last space. I think it can still be okay. I still have Tarzan to toss. And I'm going to have like a bunch of actions next round. Like I'm going to have more actions than I know what to do with. Well, that's not true. I'll know what to do with them. But, like, my farm is looking very complete. After all the plows get used and after the animals get taken, I'm going to be like, what do I do here? Like, after I do 2 boar, 2 cattle, and plow is gone because Bigfoot has gone on start player, it's going to be like, I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And in fact, I probably need to first move plow here if I'm not going to start player. If Bigfoot start players, then I can take 2 boar. If Bigfoot does anything other than start player, I need to plow. Because Sandswall start player and then me getting blocked out of plow would just be totally disastrous. Oh man, do I need to start player now? I'm going to take the 2 boar and hope that start player comes back. Because Sandswall likes getting his 2 sheep here for his master stableman or 2 cattle. He likes both of those moves quite a bit. Mercator might start player. Bigfoot might start. So I'm happy if Bigfoot start players. It's just Sandswall and Mercator. I don't want those 2 to start player. That would be really bad if they did. Come on. Go for the Master Stableman. Yes. All right, good. 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 So let's see what Mercator does. Maybe he'll family growth. Yeah, Bigfoot could start player because he can get unblock. He can get family growth with his 3rd action with Stonehead, Stone Giant. Yes. Okay, Mercator Flat Hill, start player Flat Hill. So that could be a problem. That could definitely be a problem. Because I need 1 more plow to hit the constable bonus. I need stone. If I'm going to stone Reno. Am I going to stone Reno? Maybe not. Maybe I don't stone Reno to hit Scrounger. I could pressure Reno to buy the plow. I like that idea. I do like the sound of that. Yeah, so like read stone food and 3 stone maybe. Has Mercator been using his cookies at all? He has been. Cool. How does Bigfoot get the constable bonus? Hill Farmer? Or not Hill Farmer, Hide Farmer? Like, he needs to get on fence as well, right? He needs wood, he needs defense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So he could fence 5, but then he would need 2 plows. So him blocking my constable would just be him blocking my constable, basically. Mercator's gonna family growth guest, I assume. Yep, that's fine. So Bigfoot's got a ton of food, might Reno guest here. Or no, he'll family growth without, right, with his third move for Stone Giant. Right. Yep, makes sense. Reed Stone food. I need the reed for Kudzu, and it gives me an option of taking 3 stone with my second move. Sanswell's gonna play Whistle. Gets him a sheep. Good card to have in a constable game. How's Sanswell gonna fill that last space? He needs a plow as well. Because he's gonna fence with his master fencer, right? Yeah, Bigfoot Reno guess. Figured that was coming. How's Mercator occupying the rest of his spaces? I'm not seeing it. So guest came all the way around, which is actually kind of... It's actually kind of excellent, because now I can throw the guest away for a reed. Toss guest, grab a reed. Or I can grab a clay. Reed for Kudzu, I guess. Mercator will plow so first. Yeah. And I guess he's just given up on the constable, which is kind of weird. Yeah, toss guest. And then I need to eat some animals. So eat a cattle and a sheep. H 2 food, 2 feed 8, plus wood F era. The board go up, and then plus wood F. All right, let's see. Moment of truth, guys. Yeah, I don't see how he fills his last either. Which, I mean, if nobody's going to hit the constable bonus, then me not hitting it is not so bad. But if nobody's going to hit it and I do, then that's a game-winning play. So, like, Bigfoot needs cattle and to fill his spaces. Sanswell needs to fill his one space. Yeah. We'll see what Bigfoot does here. He might take 4 wood. Bigfoot can cover all his spaces if he does 4 wood. I like Reno fence if I get plow blocked. To block Bigfoot. How many animals am I going to end with? I probably am going to eat some food. Eat some animals for food, right? So if I'm going to eat some animals for food, then Zoo Director will probably be worth about 3 points. I get my minor action on family growth anyways. Yep, that's true. Yep. Okay. So it did happen. That's unfortunate. So that just means we'll make sure that nobody gets the constable bonus. How do we do that? Senswall needs to. He can't cover with stable. He would need like a field miner or something to make this work. Yeah. I don't see how Sandswell does it. Bigfoot needs cattle and defense. I could just take cattle. If I take cattle, it's pretty difficult for anybody to hit it. I don't know. I guess I'm blocking people either way. I kind of like the idea of taking the cattle, just because then if Bigfoot did take Hide Farmer, then the Reno fence is not really a great move for me. I think I like taking the cattle here. It's 4 food in the worst case scenario. It might be It might be 2 points with Zoo Director. Sandswall does Reedstone Food first move. So if I Zoo Director Family Growth Reno with my last couple moves. Oh, Mercator's going to hit the... Mercator's going to stable. I might not Kudzu then, yeah. Mercator's going to stable and hit the Constable bonus. So yeah, looks like Mercator actually wins, which is kind of crazy. Would not have guessed that. Yeah, because the Bargaining Harvester can get get the sheep for him. Then Cash Crop, Cookies. He gets it from Bargaining Harvester. And I can't block it. And nobody's stable blocking him. So yeah, it looks like Mercator wins, which is kind of crazy. I'll play my Zoo Director here. It's worth a couple points. Yeah, I think Bigfoot plowing there is kind of a king-making move for Mercator. So I'll Reno with this move. And I'll toss Tarzan to get a stone. I guess I could, instead of Family Growth, if I'm not going to play Kudzu, maybe taking Clay is the same margin. It might be pretty close. Because I can toss Kudzu, get a Clay, and then that gets me 2 food, and that probably means I need to eat 1 fewer sheep, which might be a point. Because how many animals am I at now? I'm at 9, right? So I want to eat at most 3 animals. So I could eat a boar and 2 sheep for 7 food, plus 1 food here. 8 food. So I'm 1 food short, so kudzu, convert clay. That works. Or I guess I eat a cattle. What am I saying? I'm going to eat a cattle. So I can eat a boar and a cattle. Eat a boar and a cattle, breed a sheep. That's 7, 8, clay is 10. Oh, Bigfoot's got mason. Okay. Toss, get a clay. So then I eat cat A O C2 feed 9. So I end with 4-point zoo director, 3-point scrounger, no other points. So I have a reasonable farm, but not enough, not without the constable bonus. So 49, it's not going to be enough. Yeah, needed to pressure the fencing and stuff like that, which I didn't do at all. Yeah. No, it looks like I'm not winning this one. Too bad. Well, I did block boar. I did block cattle, so that's kind of nice. Block Bigfoot's cattle there. He's got... Yeah, he doesn't get the constable bonus, so yeah. Doesn't look like Bigfoot can win. Unless he's got something that gets him a cattle here. But I don't see what that would be. Got clay path, okay. Sandswall hits 50. Yeah. First picked Mason, then went Visionary and Constable. What is this draft here for Bigfoot? What is this draft? Oh my goodness. Well, Mercator might win just because of Constable. I mean, Bigfoot really just... What is this game? Mason plus Visionary, like, and Constable. Like, what? So Mercator and Sandswall tie for the win. Okay, good job, guys. Oh man, that sucks so much. That sucks so much. Plow gave him a chance at hitting Constable. What did he need to have happen? He needed to get... The thing is, he needed wood too. So he literally needed every action. He needed plow, he needed cattle, he needed wood, he needed reno fence. Like... He did play clay path. I'm saying I will always retaliate if you king make there. 100% of the time. Oh well, that happens. So it's, well, I think Bigfoot's best move was plow because that action is needed by both of us for constable. So that is not coming back at all for sure. Like you're never getting plow back. Yeah. Because he's trying to say that I king made, and it's like, you literally gave Mercator 5 points. Mercator won. Like, just silly. Just silly. Very silly. Yeah. I wonder if I could have... I'm annoyed. I'm obviously really annoyed because, like, I think it's just such an obvious king-making move. He's got 49 points. Like, I've got 49 points. I'm literally 1 point away from tying for the win. Uh, he's never hitting Constable, so he literally just donated 5 points to Mercator, who tied for the win. I know. Okay. I just don't think that he needs all of them. How? Like, exactly? How? Yeah. He needs cow and grain. There's 0% chance you hit all 5. He could have taken wood. He doesn't hit Scrounger. Like, he could have taken 4 wood instead of 3 wood. Will I play another? Is there a game going on? There's our game. There's another game ending. No, a game just started, so probably it's going to be a while before I get into another one. So, yeah, I think probably I won't play anymore. Yeah, I think that'll be it. Okay, so let me know. Justify Bigfoot's play to me because I don't see the justification. So please please convince me because Sanswall's argument is not convincing. I don't see the. Yeah, I don't see how. Because I just don't think Plow. After you take Plow, then Sanswall and I are going to retaliate because Sanswall and I can no longer get Constable. So if anything, it's him risking. All right. Yeah, I'm pretty unconvinced. Let's take a look at the draft. I know I'm gonna see that minimalist is low power. Zoo Director, Historia. They're very similar, actually. Yeah, both very good cards. So I took Hedgekeeper here ahead of Constable. Constable usually drafted third, power 4.6, obviously very high impact card. Very high impact card. I wonder where House Steward ended up. So Eremite here. I like Eremite quite a bit. So I took Tarzan over Master Fencer, Oven Inspector. Probably never playing Oven Inspector in this game. Master Fencer did end up being pretty good. And then with Business Tutor power 3.1. Yeah, Minimalist at 1. I mean, I feel like with Village Head coming back, it was more justified. And in fact, at the end of the game, I only had 2 played improvements. So Minimalist would have been 4 points. Chimney Sweep, yeah, none of these were really very good. So first pick Encircling Wall, Muddy Waters. So Mercator got Muddy Waters with his 7th pick, which is kind of hilarious. He took Flat Hill and then Muddy Waters, I'm pretty sure. And I took Passing Matters. So that's also a problem, is that I was passing good cards to my opponents, taking passing stuff that keeps my Eremite active. So that's a problem with Eremite for sure. Yeah. I definitely passed some good cards around the table, that's for sure. So he first picked Mason and with Constable there. You know what? I get it. Mason obviously drafted a lot higher. I would consider first picking Constable here, because first picking Constable is always really appealing to me because you're the only person who knows about it. Of course, passing Mason is really painful always. And he took Fence Built. What? Second pick Fence Builder over Eremite over wealthiest European with Mason in hand. What? Eremite I think is less good with Mason because you want a family growth a couple times, but over wealthiest European, which is going to get you all your stone, and then taking Veggie. Okay, yeah, so he's just like really greedy with his draft. Took Visionary ahead. So here's the thing, you've got Mason. Imagine having Mason in hand and then taking Visionary over Business Tutor. Like, what? That's an interesting one. And Constable did end up coming back for him. I mean, for me, I would have taken Business Tutor and I'd have Mason in hand, and then I would have probably taken Village Head, or maybe Art Director or House Steward. Honestly, probably all 3 of those cards ahead of Constable. Yeah, I probably would have taken all 3 of those ahead of Constable. Art Director can get you Reed and Stone. House Steward gets you points with your Mason, 5-room Mason. Village Head gets you resources that you need for your 5-room stone house. Yep. Then he first picked Animal Yard. Head of Cash Crop, Large Sun Hat. Popcorn's fine. Stone Giant, I don't love it, but I think it makes sense. I probably, with Popcorn, I probably would have taken Large Sun Hat, and then I take Popcorn, and then I take Machete, and then you have a pretty good crop game going there, so you have a really good reason to go for Ovens. Takes Dinghy ahead of Muddy Waters. I don't think he ended up playing Dinghy, did he? I would have liked to have been past it. But yeah, Muddy Waters is great. Haystack, I mean, he did end up playing Haystack, so like with his draft so far, Haystack is more reasonable. Yeah. I would have played it differently. Bigfoot trying to say that I have a chance to win. I guess I can pick up 4 clay. So if I pick up 4 clay instead of taking cattle, the thing is the cattle, I guess I had one more animal than I needed for, I had 13 animals at the end. But I don't see how how do I beat Bigfoot if he gets the constable bonus? I don't see that line. Because if he gets the constable bonus, he's at like 51, 52. And I think probably the best I can do is 51 in this game. Maybe 50. 51. Yeah, 50, 51. Anyways, I've talked about this way too long. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed this little video. Yeah. Oh, I will just say, Bigfoot is extremely experienced. He's been on the site like so long. He's played 3,450 games. So he's played like more than twice the games I do. I have no problem if people make mistakes. I'm kind of flaming him because I think it's an obvious king-making move. And he's played twice the number of games I have, so he should know that. So I have no problem with people making mistakes. It's fine. It happens, you know. But with some people, I do expect better. And someone who's played twice the number of games that I have, I think, is one of them. Yeah. But that's more than enough. All right. I will stream. That'll be it for today. I think I'll stream tomorrow. Probably stream tomorrow. Kind of got to check what the weather's going to be like. Because I might go ski or snowboard tomorrow. But if I don't, then I'll stream. Yeah. Okay. All right. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye.